It's so cool, but I like to move my hands a lot, so there's gonna be a problem here. And this scope is not cute. The 25 I expected plus the one I am getting, it's crazy. It's crazy there. It's like I expected this. And this is the reality. I expected this, and this is the reality. Anyway, since the year is coming to an end, I've been doing some reflection here and there, and I'm sure a lot of us have been doing it too. So, this video, I'm gonna be talking about how 25 is not meeting my expectations, and also about some few things that I think I wish I had known before I turned 25. So, let me tell you guys what my expectations for 25 were. I was expecting to be married. Do you see a ring? Do you see a ring? No ring. I thought by now I will be done with med school. I don't know how I calculated that, but let me see. Okay, actually I had a 2-year delay, but I'm in my final year, so kudos to that. Maybe I give like a half tick or something. I also thought I'll have like 2 kids. 2 kids. I didn't even think one. I thought by 25 I'll have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. I'll be married, probably be a medical doctor already, and then I'll have a car and have a house, maybe a business. And now I'm thinking about it. That was a lot to wish by 25. Like, who the hell was putting all these expectations in our heads? At 25, I feel like I'm just blossoming into adulthood. Like, I'm just becoming a full-grown adult. And to think that I will have a kid, at the decisions I'm still making right now, I'm like, girl, you should not be doing that. To think that I was thinking that by this age I will have a kid, not just a kid, 2 kids, when I'm just getting out of being a kid, is crazy. At this position in my life, I'm gonna not have kids because 25 is not what I expected. This is not the life I expected to live when I turned 25. When I'm just trying to be happy, but sometimes the pressure really gets to me. Seeing how some people probably are already doing better than me. Girl, being a medical student is hard. I'm still a student at 25. I've been in university for 6 years. So yes, the pressure is going to get to me. It's okay for it to get to me, but I do know that I am on my own path, and at the right time, it's gonna happen. So one of the first things I realized when I turned 25 is things do not get automatically better with time. Don't get me wrong, some things get better with time. You heal with time, forgive with time. A lot of things can get better with time, but some things in your life, especially financially, they do not automatically get better in time. You just don't wake up one day and become a millionaire. You just do not wake up one day and you get your dream body. Some things you actually need to put in the work. And I feel like we all want to be millionaires. Like, everybody's like, by this time in my life, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that, I'm gonna be able to afford what I want. But let me spoil it for you a little bit. You, 10 years from now, you might still be like this. I'm not saying you are gonna, but if you do not start making some changes in your life, you might still be like this. Because I noticed that there are some things that I've been complaining for 4 years now. And I was actually talking to my friends about this. Like, we've been complaining about this since it's 4 years now, and there is no change. Does it mean that change is not gonna come? Change is gonna come when you want change to come. Yes, back, prices were not this high. Inflation is crazy. In fact, life is getting tougher. You have to make the change you want to see if you want to see a change. That's just what I noticed. I've always wanted my tummy to be flat, da 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 da. It was not getting flat. It was getting bigger. In fact, I was getting fatter. I was not getting slimmer. So you will not just have that dream body or lose that weight with time. I had to go to the gym. I'm not even consistent with it, but hopefully, guys, I'll take it seriously. Once I turn 25, that's one thing I realized. That don't just think some things in your life are gonna get better with time. Sometimes you're actually going to have to put in the work. I know we don't like hearing this, but that's the honest truth. Another thing I realized when I turned 25 was, if you want to do something, just do it. Stop procrastinating your ideas. Your ideas only remain ideas unless you work on them. And let me tell you something, what makes you unique is the ideas you have. The ideas you have is what sets you apart from somebody else. And if you do not work on this idea, you become like the majority. You become like everybody else. Also, if you do not work on this idea, God is going to give the idea to someone else, and you are going to watch with your 2 eyes, see how that person is going to take the idea, develop it, and be good. And they will excel in what they are doing. The same idea you had, I didn't do anything. Someone else might get that idea and do something. If you want to be different, you have to work on your idea, because your ideas is what makes you unique. But the idea is not given only to you sometimes. If you do not work on it, it might also be given to someone else when you don't work on it. Okay? So if you want to do something and it's not harming anyone and it's not harming you, just do it. Tell me why I'm starting YouTube now. Tell me why I didn't start this YouTube years ago. So that business, you want to be a content creator, whatever it is, it's just an idea. That's what makes you unique. If you do not work on those ideas, you become the majority. You have to set yourself apart, and you do that by working on your ideas. That's one thing I realized when I turned 25. One thing that I realized as I turned 25 is mentorship is very important. Having a mentor is something that I always didn't know was that important until I became an adult. There are some things that you just need someone who has experience in the field to tell you. You are not the first human, you're not the first person to become a doctor. Why do you feel like you have to do it all by yourself? It's okay to receive mentorship from someone who knows what they're talking to you about. And with this, you have to be very careful because there are bad mentors out there, and there are some people who will bring you down, and you have to pick your mentor very, very carefully. You have to pick a good mentor, someone who has already been in your field. And a mentor necessarily doesn't have to be someone who is that big of a person. It can just be anybody who has been in the same field as you or the same place that you want to be in. Say, I'm doing YouTube now. I don't have to meet a YouTuber who has millions of subscribers. I can just meet someone, a YouTuber who does sit down videos and has like 1K subscribers. Experience is going to help me a lot. Her experience is valuable to me. To all my teenagers out there, you need mentorship. You want to go to college, you want to study something, seek mentorship. Sometimes a lot of things are glamorized and they don't tell you the deep truth about it. There are so many things about being a doctor that I feel like I did not know until I actually came to do medicine. I did not know a lot of things. I did not know a lot. I did not know that when I finish, I have to write this exam, that exam. I just thought the difficult part was going to med school for 7 years. But that's just the beginning. So imagine I had a mentor, someone who had sat me down and told me all these things. Will I still have picked medicine? Yes. But at least now I know what I'm getting into. This is why I feel like a lot of people quit halfway because they didn't get the big picture. They didn't get the full picture. They just went in with the notion that people had. Oh, I want to be a medical doctor. Oh, I want to become an engineer. Oh, I want to become a lawyer. And you didn't really get the big picture. Someone didn't really sit you down and guide you and talk to you about it. So when you entered, you were confused. You were seeing something else. You expected something else and now you're receiving something else. So it's very, very important to seek mentorship. And I just want to also say one of my biggest things that I learned this 25 is not everything is in your control. And I'm going to close this up with this because I don't want this to be too long. This was supposed to be a series where I'm crying shaking. Now I'm here giving advice. Yo, this was not the plan. This was not the plan, guys. But I just want us to realize that in as much as I'm giving you guys all the hard truth about us not putting in enough work or us expecting things, having ideas and not working on it, I want to end this session by saying so many things are not in our control. You can only make your own little plan. You can only imagine what you want your 25 to be, what you want your 30s to be like. But if it's not according to God's will, it's not going to happen. You need to give yourself a lot of grace by understanding that some things are out of your control. You need to accept the fact that there are some things you cannot change. Like, I can only control as much. I can control everything around me. As you're just human at the end of the day. You're not a god. You're not God. You're not God. So everything is not in your power. Very little power has been given to you and everything is not in your power. So you have to find consolation there. And I find consolation in that. And I learned that too when I turned 25. That some things are just gonna happen. Some things are meant to be and some things are not meant to be. And once you understand that, you realize that once you're putting the work, you're prayed about it, you've done the best you can find rest. And guys, I do hope that when I'm doing this video again in my 30s, I do hope things get better. I do hope I get what I'm expecting. Even if I don't get it in 25, I do hope someday I get 2 kids. I get to work as a medical doctor. I get to have my own car, my own house, and I get to have my own husband. That I do hope for. The time is not of the essence, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, your like goes a very long way. Thank you. Please like the video. And any advice you want to give to my young teenagers out there and to my young youth, please leave it in the comment section below. And just let me know what you think of this video in the comment section. Thank you guys so much. Bye. Oh, please don't forget to subscribe.